for all of those who have lost their lives in the pandemic and for their loved ones.
Today, we want to recognise and say thank you to the volunteers, the Irish people, and to all the workers who gave their all in the fight against COVID-19. Thank you. And now, please remain standing for the anthems played for us today by the Garda and Army bands under the battens of Inspector Pat Kelly and Captain Thomas Kelly.
Flower of Scotland. Ireland versus Scotland to conclude their Guinness Six Nations, the action just a minute or two away.
Coverage of the Guinness Six Nations on ITV is sponsored by That's the Way, Motorway, the site to sell your car. This is the way to sell your car. The car dealers bid to give you up to £1,000 more way. This is the Motorway.
Wi-Fi's down.
Why suffer broadband rage? Only BT's hybrid broadband is backed up by EE's mobile network. New unbreakable Wi-Fi. One day all broadband will be like this.
Coverage of the Guinness Six Nations on ITV is sponsored by That's the Way, Motorway, the site to sell your car.
Welcome back to a stadium full and full of anticipation too. And the home supporters loving what their team has done this season, beating New Zealand in the autumn, and now looking to take the Triple Crown and possibly the Six Nations title. Wayne Barnes of England is the referee. Carl Dixon, Christoph Ridley assist him on the touchlines. And Scotland have an opportunity here to put a very different slant on the Ireland season. More importantly, their own. Win today and their win-loss ratio in this year's championship will look and feel a whole lot better. Ireland start the match, a game that will determine final standings on the table, and that all-important final assessment too, and for Ireland possibly deliver a trophy or two. Price with the kick. And Jack Coleman back in as a starter. Gibson Buck. Tyke Byrne.
And use it! Right, just watch him stand up.
Matt Fagerson has time, he'll need it now. Captain Hogg gives it out to Darcy Graham, who's seen that it's on in front of him. A lot of pace and a lot of space. That's halfway, pops it up. Might fall for James Lowe. Back with Fagerson. His little fumble started all of this. Blair Kinghorn operating as 10, and through the legs of Xander Fagerson. Mac Hansen can't take it. My goodness, it's all happening.
Christoph, just back there on the floor.
Great little opening in to the match, and Johnny just putting your hand on my shoulder as you could see what I was seeing. Chris Harris just a little escort line, so Bunyaki opened up the hole for Darcy Graham just to run through there, but then you just run into the passes not going to hand, and
who's your receiver?
A really interesting opening part from Scotland, ultimately coming to nothing.
And it really is boom or bust for both sides. You get that sense of anticipation around the stadium already. Ireland for the first time in a long time with a chance to lift silverware here in Dublin. What a day this could be for them.
Hold. Yes.
Good line out, Scotland on their own ball in this championship. Stats say they're top of that table. Price. Seems to be a lot of space. And Price goes on. And on. Is Kyle Steyn, who's come in for the suspended Duhan van der Merwe.
Hold.
Kinghorn waits, and that's better. Finds Johnson, and on to Harris, who tries to go on the outside. Hogg is there. Darcy Graham is there again. 2. Here's Xander Fagerson. Opposite number is Tyke Furlong with the tackle. Price to Kinghorn. Here's Hamish Watson. Takes a while to stop him as well. Makes big inroads.
Advantage.
Turner can't take it, it's gone forward.
Still looking. Advantage Ireland, knock on. Hands away.
Ireland given a chance to play it from there. And they will have a go. Ringrose on to Lowe, and Lowe is encouraged now.
Over inside. Thanks, Jensen.
Goes to the boot and goes long with that big boot. Hogg's got one of those too. Doesn't use it though, finds Steyn. Out goes the ball again, and once again, a lot has happened.
Just the vision from Gibson Park there, with the playing with the comfort of knowing that the advantage was in there. Great from Ali Price there, Johnny, just getting down the short side. We saw there was a little 2-on-1 and he took it there. It was really, really good play from the Scottish.
And against the inside, Scotland have been good at line-out time, but again, once it goes forward, that maul is rolling. You draw in a defender, 2-on-1 down the blind side, opens up the space, and a great burst, a great energetic start to this game.
And Sheehan accurate with his throw at the line out. Sexton to Ringrose to Sexton. We've seen that so many times. That loop around, but it flying back off Bundy Aki.
Still in.
Into Scotland hands. Harris. The returning Johnny Gray. And through goes Pierre Schoeman. And the Scotland supporters let him know that they've got his back. With that familiar cry. When he has the ball, I don't think he can quite believe it. Once again, space is the word. Zander Fagerson, good carry.
Not now!
Ali Price, Blair Kinghorn. Here's Harris. Everybody wants a touch. That's surely forward from Johnson, and is.
You can see what Scotland are doing, and really the Irish defence is struggling to get to grips with the width they're going for. We can see Schumann here just taking listen, if it's there, you're going to take that every day of the week. A great chop tackle from Gibson Park coming in, and keeps Ireland in the point, but great width from Scotland. Obviously what we see up here is we've got the benefit of seeing the players spread out in the wider channels, and it's definitely a tactic from Scotland today, Johnny, that they're going to hold the player in that 5-yard channel.
And look, Ireland have conceded 3 tries in this tournament, all against France in one game. Already we've seen 4 clean line breaks. We haven't seen that against Ireland, so a great start for Scotland. If they're going to win here and be victorious, this has to be the performance of the championship for them, but it's been a fantastic start.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's built on defence first and foremost. As Johnny says, not conceding many, but scoring quite a few. 20 in 4 rounds. That's equaling the Irish Six Nations record. Still today to add. With Dan Sheehan, who's Ronan Kelleher had been ruled out of the tournament with that shoulder injury.
Good work, 6.
Sheehan has stepped in, immediately doing an excellent job. Darcy Graham came forward. There is a swirling wind out there. It's been a beautiful day, sunny day, clear skies, but it's blustering.
I didn't see a clear knock on there. I just see them ran into each other, didn't they?
Tyke Byrne with the ball back inside.
Yeah, as a ball hit him.
Sexton.
Okay.
And then Josh van der Vliet
over anyway.
played the match in
Just watch your feet.
the last home game for Ireland against Italy. Here's Gary Ringrose. Sheehan again. Gibson Park. It's getting tight, but Caelan Doris looks to use his strength in what area was available to him, and he's bundled out.
You can see Ireland overloading on the short side, and this is the unfortunate attempt at fielding the high ball. And Miles, you're absolutely right, the wind is swirling there, and just getting that call a little bit wrong. Ireland just running into the touch and giving Scotland a line out of their defensive. We're playing a bit of possession, playing a bit of territory, so Ireland's starting to come back into this a little bit.
Stay 2.
Turner throws.
Taken back.
That was neat.
Forward. Stop.
And so is that from Kinghorn, under pressure. But it's counter-attack ball now for James Lowe. The top scorer in the competition. 3 tries to his name. Schoeman's carry again.
Tackle called.
Here's Hamish Watson. Just steps and takes on Doris on the inside shoulder. Price. Kinghorn.
Offside,
got
penalty
those long arms.
advantage.
He likes to free those arms in the tackle.
Penalty
We've seen it in the back
advantage,
3. Now we're seeing it at fly half. Preferred to Finn Russell, who's on the bench for Scotland today. There's 13 starts in that position at club level for Blair Kinghorn. Hogg, nice wide ball. Darcy Graham again. Seen his couple of tries in the Championship, that power finish against Wales and that speed finish against Italy. Kinghorn playing well for Edinburgh in this role.
Okay, back we come. Original penalty, 12 offside. First penalty, 12 offside.
Bundyaki, and we get first penalty of the game.
Yeah, and an unforced penalty as well. It was just
a penalty,
a little bit lazy from Bundyaki. Okay, he's in position and just drifts offside. He'd be pretty disappointed with giving that, because actually it's interesting from the Irish. They're struggling to figure out how to defend Kinghorn, because he's actually playing quite deep, and their line speed is, they're obviously, I think, coming up a little bit too high in it, and they're struggling with his depth.
With his depth, but also the passes that he sprays. So again, symptomatic of the way Finn Russell plays, but if you've watched him play for Edinburgh, again, his movement with the ball is nice. He's got a massive pass and slinging out flat passes, challenging that Irish gain line, really causing trouble.
Difficult chance, the kicking chance, but turned down nevertheless. Scotland going for tries here. Turner throws and through the hands this time. Said how reliable that Scottish line out have been. Well, not that time. Let down.
Hold. And use
the
it.
Miscommunication. Slight drop off on skill.
Over you come. Let go.
And it gave Gibson Park and Ireland the chance to clear the halfway.
Ireland on the line.
I think a nice tip of the cap from Sexton to really see this the line out. Inches in that, Johnny, isn't it? Just inches in that.
2 meters.
Just a slight overthrow, but the upshot is that was a real shot in the Irish 22 in the strike zone, and Ireland get off the hook.
Hold. Hold. That's once. Hold. Use it, please.
Use it now, the hooker told by the referee. Watson used as first receiver. Supported by Darge. 2-7 roll, if you like, the two open sides, although Darge proving himself to be incredibly versatile across the back row.
And full arm.
There's no doubt there's a dynamism there.
Good.
And those two alongside each other. Can Stein get the height? Well, he goes through on Hansen. That has to be a penalty, it is.
Right, just take the man out the ball here if you want it, Johnny.
Yeah, you're not going to get too many clear-cut penalties than that.
On the catcher.
Getting the timing wrong. But the only thing worse he could have done there was hit him in the air. But just before Sexton kicks this ball to touch, actually when Ireland had the ball in their 22, traditionally they have been looking to run that out. They've been looking to go as fast as they can. As Sexton's missed that, and they've opted to play a little bit more conservative in this opening 10-minute spot.
Hold was off the field, expecting that to go out from the boot of Johnny Sexton. Popped back on and said, hello. Didn't see that one coming. Mistake from Sexton.
Tackle, let go!
It's from the penalty. Ireland would have had the throw in to the line-out. But what they've got now is Jamison Gibson Park. Well, Hansen was trying to get with him. Gibson Park takes on the kick. And Hogg just about gets away from him. Didn't want to concede. He'd carried over his own line. And he does really well, the Scotland captain and full-back. Just wonder there, Gibson Park delayed a moment, then Hansen was steaming up on the outside.
Well, you see, if he absolutely, but I'd say it's so the 55, 60,000 people that are here. But instantly you see that Josh van der Fleer, he just cleans a little bit deep at the ruck, and that opens up the space for Gibson Park, who just misses the tackle on Stuart Hogg there. But that's the margins where you get that nice little clean deep at the ruck. Gibson Park, he doesn't need a second invitation.
There's Bundyaki. It's nice work by Ty Byrne at the line out. Here he is again. He was part of the match when these two met last season. Bundyaki again. Up comes Keenan from full-back. Haven't seen him too much thus far. He's got that try at Twickenham. Sheehan's carry, Gibson Park right to check. There has been some space on that fringe around the ruck. He's looking all the time, scanning to see what is available. Here's James Lowe off his wing. Ty Burns lost it. Gray seen that he might be able to get it wide. Boot comes in from Doris, just enough. Picked up by Stein.
Advantage from the knock-on. Stop forward.
Stuart Hogg.
Advantage over.
Opposite number is Keenan. His positioning again is bang on. He knows where to be, this boy. I know he's going to be. He's in this Ireland team for a long time. No look there from Conan. That's the halfway line. Gibson pop. Sexton. Stain has to turn again. Hogg been given the run around. Yeah, he really has. How about that? No wonder he's smiling.
That is Johnny Sexton at his imperious best. Look at this, 50-22. The amount of space back in there. That's poor cover from the. That's poor work from the Scottish back three, but well manoeuvred and orchestrated by Ireland. And look what it means to that man. A little fist pump. That means a lot to him.
There's a difference now is that Ireland get to throw into the line-out. That's what caused the smile from Sexton. And he'll smile even more if his forwards can deliver the big drive here. They're going towards the Scotland line. And they're over.
Goal line drop.
But no try.
Goal line drop.
Wayne Barnes has a perfectly good view of it. It will be a goal line dropout.
Well defended by Scotland. Again, difficult shift drive down the front, the 5-metre channel. You think once that generates a bit of momentum, Scotland are in trouble.
Let's just make sure he's all right. Yeah, of course you can.
The second wave, very well defended, held up Josh van der Fleer. And a turnover on the try line.
I'm glad you knew what was going on there, but the eternal game of lineouts. Ireland, yeah, clear as day that it's held up, and going to get the drop out from it.
It's on those slow mauls.
The only surprise so far, we've not had any points because
first scrum your side, mate.
Just about everything else from both sides. Opportunities starting to be created from the first whistle.
Bit of forward, bit of back, and so we played away. Yeah.
Fairly even when it comes to possession. And totally even, as I say, on the scoreboard. Scotland not won in Ireland, of course, since 2010, the game at Croke Park.
Not trying to rush, James, but how long will you need?
24 years, I think.
Perfect, thank you very much.
And Johnny just reminded me just before we kicked off that he was playing in that game and he scored the match-winning try.
I reminded you of nothing. You remember it like it was yesterday. Are you kidding?
Okay.
I remember Dan Parks kicking everything from everywhere.
Okay.
And the shooter McGavin fingers at the end of the game.
Totally on you.
Hogg's the man to go for length, and there's good distance on it, but it's still a chance for Conan to go. Sexton again to Bundy Archie. Missed the game against Italy, back at Twickenham last time out. Sexton, that's nice, opens up for Doris. That's a lovely service onto Conan, and that goes out to Lowe, who somehow picks that up. Good skills, and Ireland on the attack again. Referee holds out an arm, gives the penalty.
Didn't have the ball. Let it go.
And Lowe is going himself.
Advantage, not 10. Penalty advantage.
Sets it back to Gibson Park, and then Conan. Lowe's okay.
Okay, I think he was about
This is Cian Healy.
8 metres, but he wasn't 10.
Again, Hanson's calling on this side, but first it's Sheehan.
Still playing advantage.
Still with advantage and still trying to make inroads here. Ireland. Chip from Sexton. Well, he knew he had the penalty in his pocket.
We've got man without the ball and we've got offside.
Starting to see a bit of the Irish stamp on this game, and it looks like the Irish are defended and then just a player gets sucked into the wrong place in the defensive line, and it just looks Johnny Sexton just picks that pass, his timing, his release of the play, and you can see they just run through those holes. Doris running on the run through, flinging the ball out to James Lowe and Miles, exactly right, picking it up off his bootlaces, trying to keep the move alive.
And if we get a replay, the quality of the catch and pass from Tadhg Byrne, again, of all men, taking the ball to the line, the ball out the back, asking questions like Scottish defensive line, absolutely incredible timing and quality for a big man. And that's what we expect now from this Irish side. The multi-phase confidence, the quality on ball, exceptional.
But again, it was a tricky kick. Had Ireland opted to take it, they don't. They prefer the corner. And a request there from Sexton to the crowd as Henderson takes. And James Ryan out of the side, obviously as a result of that injury he suffered at Twickenham. His shin, scoring again in Dublin. It's an area where Ireland would have really fancied themselves today, and that's how it's played out in this first quarter.
It's a great position to be. If you're an Irish hooker, you're going to be on the end of a few meat pies. But great body height from both teams, and it's just it's Johnny Gray who gives away the penalty. I think Johnny is coming around, but just how low the Irish are. But again, the body height from the Scottish is almost perfect. They almost defend that just well enough, but Sheehan splinters off and gets the try.
But crucially, this is an area where Ireland have been utterly dominant for a few months now. Something like 70% of their tries have come straight from line-out in the first 3 phases. They are absolutely superb. Again, the take is clean, direct, and once the power comes on, once that starts moving forward, impossible to stop.
So the captain has his kick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he puts his hands up, you can't chest him. Thanks.
By the way, joining John Hayes on 105 caps, joint 6th now as the most capped Ireland men's rugby players in their history. And it sails through. 7-0, second international try for Dan Sheehan.
Which way? I'll give you that.
He's happy, the fans are happy. And Scotland hit back. Conan's take from the restart.
Counter ruck is good. Good counter
Gibson
ruck.
Park has got to work there to get the ball over the big Johnny Gray.
Just watch him stand up.
Did well.
Watch him stand up behind you. Still in.
Grant Gilchrist.
Let go.
8 starts in a row now for him. That
Slower near the
becomes
ball.
his best run in the side as a starter. Back alongside Johnny Gray today in that Scotland second row. Kinghorn will take some catching. Lowe is trying to get there. His own man Keenan again in the way.
You can't just run
But
into
Scotland
him.
also are judged to
not just run into the man.
have created the issue.
Sorry, James. No, he's running. You can't run straight into the man, Stuart. I've got to protect fullbacks. So you can't run into the man. Simple as that.
Hogg's not happy.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Follow
I think
the
Hugo
ball, don't
Keenan
hit the
as well
man.
had a little reverse that wasn't quite spotted by anybody that mattered. Darcy Graham obviously feeling aggrieved by how Hugo Keenan escorted. It's only wrong if the referee judges it to be wrong. But a brilliant kick from Blair Kinghorn. The depth, the timing, almost perfect. Yeah.
Stay
on
2
we go.
metres, please.
Ireland in pole position if they were to go and win this, making France have to win it in Paris. Because they could draw and score 4 tries, but in reality, how Ireland will be viewing this game, just win it and say over to you, France. They'll be looking for the bonus point score. They're always looking for that. Darcy Graham looking for the ball again after the initial drop, then the slice.
Not a clean catch. Not a clean catch.
Well, that won't be on his show reel, but at least he got it off the field.
The pressure just starting to come on. You can see the disappointment in his face. The first bite, the initial juggle, does very well to recover. But then straight off the side of the boot.
Really nice
An easy
defence,
field position for Ireland.
Keep that gap. George, 2 metres, please.
Calling for the mark, wasn't it?
Hold, please.
As he
Hold,
dropped
please.
the ball. Sexton back through that hole, and Lowe could see what was on as well. Van der Fleer. The way he attacks the gain line right on it. Byrne, nice sidestep. He's got all the skills as Tyg Byrne. But that time, Wayne Barnes decides that Rory Darge deserves credit.
Nice picture, thank you.
What a lovely move at the tail of the line out, and really opening up that seam defence of the Scottish. I think Johnny Sexton might have been watching, reeling in the ears because he thought he was going to accelerate through that gap. I'd say if he could have found James Lowe, he might have put him in for a 5-pointer.
Time's off, fellas. Yeah.
Johnny is actually just down, receiving a bit of treatment, so hopefully nothing more than just a little bit of TLC.
Ireland making a real effort to hit Scotland down the short side as well. We've seen now 2 or 3 times the choice of strategy to attack down the short side. That man Rory Darge again, so important to this side now. The 2 fetchers, 6 and 7 with Watson, the combination. Coming up with a big turnover, a real strategic element coming in from Ireland, trying to hit Scotland down the short side on return plays.
You come off the ball and get your hands on it. It was great, thank you.
Johnny Sexton on the big screen. Guarantees a round of applause these days.
Okay, there you are. Watch on. Penalty, holding on. 6 on his feet.
Had his moment at Twickenham to leave the field just before the end, which I thought was a nice touch. Lowe did his best, but Scotland made good ground there.
Thanks, Keane. It's just on you, okay? Oh, you don't need to adjust. Who's your receiver? Front man receiver.
How's it been going at the line out? This is one that Scotland will be desperate to win. Sam Johnson. Price fumble. So frustrating for the attacking side to rather lamely lose the position.
And Johnny looked a little bit really frantic even from the start. Obviously they're doing the catch at the front and then popping it down. The kind of two pass play to get it to the 9 off the line out. Just everybody's timing just looked a little bit stuttered off the back of that.
Stems from line out again, so Scotland go into this game really with 3 recognised jumpers. If you count Fagerson at the back, Johnny Gray having to take front ball, which isn't the easiest to digest and fend off. Again, a rat play with Ali Price, but it just didn't look too fluid, didn't look convincing. And again, Ali Price caught at the base. Big turnover again. It's the second moment now that Scotland have been in the Irish third and coughed up ball cheaply.
Okay, just give yourself a space then. Give yourself space. Right, hold on. Right, let's go then. Let's go. We don't need a breather. Here we go.
Referee chatting away. Cian Healy listening intently. 116 caps for him now. Andrew Porter, of course, out injured, so Healy the starter again. Ireland had their scrum issues against England. 6 penalties conceded at the scrum.
Set. Wait.
He actually debriefed that with the refereeing team from World Rugby on Monday morning. It was deemed that 4 of them should actually have gone towards Ireland.
There's Ringrose. Had a good tournament. Referee back for the original offence, which was the offside.
Just as Johnny's walking up to this to kick for the corner, keeping an eye on Gibson Park and his pace to the breakdown, and Gary Ringrose getting on the outside channel there. But what's so crucial to getting this penalty is the speed that he's able to move that ball away from the breakdown. Sexton gets it into Tyg Byrne's hands, and the Scottish defence is having to push the limits. They're having to go offside to try and get it up. Look, Gibson Park is already there before the defences are really set, and just the defences can't counter that.
And you're absolutely right. Again, one of the key elements is that 70% of Ireland's ball is coming out at less than 3 seconds. It's so sharp. It does not allow you to settle as a defensive line. It's impossible to defend against. That's why they look so comfortable in multi-phase and hard to defend against.
So, on the other side of that coin is when you're defending that, on the other side of it, you're spending all this time jogging backwards, jogging backwards, just taking the energy out of the legs, taking the energy out of the legs. It is horrible to play against teams that have that amount of quick ball.
Just a word on the penalty count, lads, as well. 5 penalties conceded by Scotland already. I think they're averaging 11.5 per game in the Six Nations. That's the worst of any team. I mean, it hurts after a while. It has to.
It stings. It absolutely does. They've got the worst record in the tournament. They had 46 conceded coming into this game, the most of any team, and they gained the least penalties. So the images they've been showing to referees have been poor. And again, when you're chasing shadows in defence, you give away cheap ones with offsides. They keep on building.
Try scorer Sheehan. Henderson, he made that into his. Terrific skill from Ian Henderson. There's no Mac Hansen. He's coming to his wing now with Sexton. It's meant for Hansen. Steyn will have to watch this, so will Darge. Good skill from him. He needed glue on his fingers there, like Henderson at the line-out. Drag that ball back in.
Okay,
Just.
And use it, please. Hold, hold. No touch.
And Tyke Byrne making sure that there was no room for Ali Price to work with for the kick away.
Ireland looking dangerous again from line out. Could see Ali House pushing Schoeman around the open side. It wasn't the right option. 3-on-2. Johnny Sexton knocks the ball through Rory Darge again. Just recently signed a 4-year extension with Glasgow Warriors. Such a good scrambler. Another line out to defend for Scotland.
Such a good signing. Here goes the rolling ball again. It's got more to do this time. Splinters there on Sheehan, and he realises that and just sets off on his own to use a bit of personal power. Did really well, the hooker there. Now it's set up by Byrne. Gibson Park waits. And Ireland driving again. Here comes Sheehan again. Ball presentation so quick to Gibson Park. Conan with advantage being played. The men in green in search of their second try here. And it's the big men who get it. Cian Healy. And they don't get much bigger.
I think the moment that Dan Sheehan split off from that maul, he was such good insight not to stay in the maul, give away the cheap penalty, gets in there, they get the ball. But once they started getting over the line, you can see some really big carries from Ireland. And this is such a hard area to defend from now, because you look at the Scottish players, they have to be fully behind the line. All Ireland have to do is just get any sort of momentum, and they can just squeeze over. They got his two mates there that carried him over the line. As Johnny Sexton tips that over, 28 minutes on the clock. What we're starting to see now is the very familiar story from an Irish perspective. The possession starts to grow. The territory starts to grow. And now we're starting to see the scoreboard starting to tick over. This is a familiar story for Ireland. And Scotland are going to have to do something to try and change that narrative.
And the question is, how do they reply? Again, they've struggled for field position and territory. Again, once that juggernaut gets going, so hard to defend against, but Scotland need to get and stay down the right area of the field.
Into double figures now. Try scored for the Century Catman, Cian Healy.
Still in. And use it. Yeah, he's gone.
Do Scotland need to break this up a bit? At the start of the game, when there was no rhyme or reason to what was happening out there, Scotland looked at their best.
They need to hold on to ball and do it in the right areas of the field. Again, once they had ball, they've looked relatively comfortable, but they coughed up with an unforced area. If they can retain a little bit of possession and try and stress this Irish defence, we'll see. But until then, it's been an easy start to this game for Ireland.
Through and entered.
You should lead that ball first.
That is once. Winger fine. Let him go.
Again, it's the hopeful up and under. And Mac Hansen, when he comes down safely in the end, it's his own player that he seemed to run into. Turning to the side, Andrew Conway was played so well against England. just carrying a bit of a knee niggle, it's been described as this week, so Hansen back. As Hansen started the tournament as player of the match against Wales, announced himself on the international scene. There's Johnson, Sam Johnson. And Kinghorn to Schoeman. That was about as flat as they come. Stuart Hogg. He's had joy against Ireland before. At least 5 years ago at Murrayfield, he scored a couple of tries in that last Scotland win against Ireland, but the ball ripped away. Scotland get it back. Kinghorn sets off. Moves for the glory pass there. Quite go to hand, but please, no damage done. Matt Fagerson. He was player of the match right at the start of the tournament in his game too. Hansen against Wales, Fagerson against England. That's when we're looking so good for Scotland. Price unhappy with that kick. It's way too close to Gibson Park. He's got time to call for the mark, and then he sets off.
You want 10, no? Nothing deliberate, but you are in the way. Probably I am
10
too.
metres, as referee Wayne Barnes says. It wasn't intentional getting in the way, so not too bad for Kinghorn.
They're still a ruck because you've all disappeared from it. So
Stuart Barnes trying to explain some of the rules to Cian Healy. Better from Scotland, but unfortunately when that ball that Ali Price kicked, if you just use simple count on your fingers, there was 5 Scottish players in that breakdown out of the game, plus Ali Price, and they're kicking the ball back to Ireland. They need to be, while they're being a little bit more accurate, they need to keep that tempo at least. Ireland scored 2 tries, they need to be ambitious. Taking 5-year players out and kicking the ball back to Ireland probably isn't the best tactic.
Okay.
Exactly, but it's the quality of possession and ball that's been given against Scotland when they've had time on ball again. That was to stop rather. You're forced to box kick and give ball back. Ireland, when they've had time on ball, going forward, building pressure, building momentum, and causing Scotland issues. So again, if Scotland get their hands back on the ball, better with it. What quality can you bring? How can you stretch this Irish side and force them into making some mistakes?
Just quickly, that's not Stuart Barnes, that's Wayne Barnes.
They can charge, remember.
Just catch myself before Twitter annihilates me later.
Stuart would have loved it though.
Good contest.
Taken by Hogg. Schoeman.
No lift, no lift.
Scotland supporters trying to find the cry of shoe when he gets it, but
Any knock on anyone?
that's dulled a little as this half has gone on. The game started so brightly for both sides. It was, as we said, all happening out there. Didn't result in any early Scotland points, and now here against Ireland,
Thank you. And
with their home record,
fine.
with their record this season in all matches. This is going to be really tough for Scotland. On the back of a tough week. Not the victory in Rome, what happened after it, and the issues with players leaving the hotel. Is Sexton to Aki. And a good straightener from Ringrose. He bounces back into position, is ready on that far side, but at the ruck, for once, Gibson Park does not have it on the plate. Chris Harris on for Johnson, and then Kinghorn gets it wide. Somehow they kept it going on to Darcy Graham. 7 minutes until the interval, and Scotland needs something here. Can their captain inspire them? He sets off, and he keeps going. Here's Johnny Gray. Price. Kinghorn, short ball to Watson. Oh, he's got that out of the tackle really well to Schoeman.
Tackle, let go!
And Watson goes back in to clear away for his scrum half. Xander Fagerson.
Tackle and away!
Scotland trying to find that attacking play that has seen them do some really good things on the road in recent times. As France ask England. Kinghorn again. This is Graham getting involved. Price, Gilchrist, in goes Furlong. That's a big tackle. Stopped Gilchrist in his tracks. Fagerson, though, carries on. Can Scotland maintain the energy here? Both sets of supporters trying to lift their teams. It's a key moment in the match. We can all sense that.
Don't go in there.
Schumann. Referee Barnes is happy. And Scotland are much happier now. And his name can ring out.
Much better by Scotland again. They want to be on ball control. They go forward again from the turnover. The lovely hands down the short side by Harris, Johnson and Kinghorn. Darcy Graham again. The amount of tackles he breaks, unbelievable. But the carries again, close line. Hamish Watson.
Yeah, we're checking that. We're checking that.
The quality of offloads.
That was your own man's boot. That's what I saw live. Yeah,
and again, once they're on the front foot, so hard to defend against. Another tackle break by Darcy Graham. Much more convincing by Scotland. A lovely show and go by the big fella, and over he goes, driven over by his teammates. And Scotland back into this game.
You got the 15-metre line.
You see, just a great little reaching out there.
No, you can't rush it, but you can start teeing up if you want.
Been given.
We've eventually got the ball on the line, Stewie, so...
Wayne?
Yeah.
Mate, I'd like you to review, please. Formal review in terms
Stuart
of second
Terridge
movement,
is the
please.
television match official who's not as sure as Wayne Barnes.
What we're seeing is when the knee's placed...
You've got an arm, yeah, knees placed, arm movement, then you've got another movement.
Okay, so let's. What we're going to see
is a matter of
first of all, when
timing.
the knee makes contact, he's then allowed to place the ball once. If he's short of the line on the placement, then that will be a try. So that's what we're looking for.
You couldn't explain it better than that. So
Right,
let's
so
see.
We're going to have to take this slowly. So let's see where his knee first hits the floor. So we've got a tackle by
Is
Green.
there
That
that
all looks
second
legal.
movement?
His knee is now
Knees
on the floor.
down.
He's allowed to place the ball. He places the ball. And he places the ball and it hits the line. So he gets his knee on the floor. He then places the ball and the ball gets on the line, doesn't it, Stu?
It's going to run again, mate. Just to check there's not a second surge, please.
Okay, so that's a tackle. He's then allowed to extend out with his arm and the ball gets to the line.
It doesn't go back to his knees, it extends it.
Wayne Barnes clearly still minded to give this.
Yep.
So there's a tackle and the placement is on the line.
Agreed.
So we're all happy
All
with that
happy,
try.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Try remains.
Scotland can relax again.
Yeah, it's nice when the guy in the middle, the guy with the whistle, knows exactly what he wants to see. He's been given the information from the TMO, but he knows exactly the question that he wants to be asked, and needs to be, as you said, Miles. He knew that try was there, and he wanted the information, but was very happy with the decision there. Good refereeing and a good quick decision as well.
No worries.
Initially.
Good. Let's keep talking, everyone. Right, last 4 minutes. Let's work hard, yeah?
So Blair Kinghorn gets the kicking duties as well from Finn Russell. Not frontline kicker for Edinburgh. And that's well wide. So it just stays at the Pierre Schumann try, his second in international rugby. A cry of shoo from the crowd. To go along with his nickname, the greatest Schumann.
As soon as his knees, he's allowed to place, and I thought he got there on the placement.
And for Scotland, he feels like that just at the moment. They needed that desperately. But pronounced Schumann. You don't want to ruin a good nickname, so let the crowd continue. And just what Scotland did not want. Having just scored that kind of concession. I wonder what Ireland will do here. Is it post this time or stay with the plan of going for the corner?
I'd be very surprised if it's anything other than the corner. What do you think, Johnny? Ty Furlong there had his fresh match haircut, throws him to the ground. All this, when you're winning in these moments, it's about the pictures you show the referee. clear hands release, gets in, gets stuck in, puts his head in where you wouldn't put a football boot, wins the penalty. Ireland for the corner.
And this is what Scotland have just inflicted on themselves. The situation, the noise from the crowd, and it's coming right at them here. As Ireland look to wipe out that Schoeman score straight away. Very different feel at half-time, should they do so. Defended that one pretty well, Scotland. Well, really well now, as they get the put-in. Turnover ball.
That's a big win at this stage, just before half-time. Crucial intervention by Grant Gilchrist, swimming through that maul, forcing the turnover. A big moment again. So hard to defend, but you can see the effort. There's a red scrum cap coming through the middle, gets onto that ball carrier, makes himself a nuisance, gets it on the deck, and forces the turnover.
Okay, first Scotland scrum, same discipline, please. Good height, good stability. Good height, good stability. Thanks, George. Yeah, there we are. Not on it. Just come off it. Thank you.
Now it moves from important turnover to absolutely vital scrum here.
Good height, good stability.
All the time with one eye on the clock, both sides, especially Scotland, given where they are.
Crouch.
Literally in the tight corner.
Okay, come off the mark. Okay, you're squeezing the gap, but he's now not got room to go in, so you're going to have to come off the mark a little bit, okay? He's a tall man. He's a tall man. Okay. Yeah, I haven't got it past the crouch. All right, come off it then, George. Thank you, thank you. And shoulder out just a little bit. Thank you. Yeah.
Let's go, Z. One screen.
Ireland are not going to hold back here on opposition
Balance. Ball. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Also went towards Wayne Barnes' mouth there.
Don't go left. That is Ali.
Will do now because he's given Scotland the penalty advantage. Crowd are getting excited. Hobbs started playing American football in his own in-goal area, but it was a penalty anyway.
Number 1, hips out. Number 3 went through him. Nice picture.
Yeah, it's just interesting what the ref is saying there. Number 1 hips out, and the tight head went through him. So very clearly something that they've seen from the English game. But
penalty, number 1 hips.
Easy for me, Johnny. The scrum often gets an awful lot of undue focus, but as from I suppose, the restarting the strategic play in the modern game. Ireland's game against England last week, it just showed how important or how vital it can be. England a man down, and they just went after the Irish scrum, and it almost brought them the dividends they were working at. So scrummaging in the modern game, it still has a massive piece.
So that's half-time. Scotland do what they had to do there. It's been a front row fest for tries in the first half. Dan Sheehan, Cian Healy for Ireland, but then Healy feeling the force of Xander Fagerson. Vital penalty just before half-time. Pierre Schoeman with a try for Scotland, and you can get the views of Sir Ian, Brian and Rory with Jill after the break.
Keeping an eye on the speed of the ruck ball, trying to make sure that Darge and Watson don't have a say in this game. You know, ball carriers running at them, taking them out as the jackling option, and if they can get the ball under the rucks under 3 seconds, Ireland just have to be patient and try and force Scotland into some decision-making in defence.
Good stuff. OK, let's get this second half underway now then and get back to our commentary team. Johnny Beattie and Gordon Darcy are alongside Miles Harrison.
Thanks, Jill. And as Jill said earlier in the programme, the rugby world has lost a much-loved man today. Federico Martin Arambarou was killed in Paris overnight. I know, Johnny, you want to just pay your tribute to a very dear friend.
Well, just an utterly tragic loss, and Fedi was a truly special man, a genuinely warm, loving and kind person, a wonderful family man. And I couldn't have been prouder to be a teammate and a friend of his. And just for CISI in Buenos Aires, for Biarritz, Dax, Perpignan and Glasgow Warriors and the Pumas, we were all lucky to have had him in our squads and in our colours, and we all send our love to Mary and the 3 kids in Biarritz today.
Thank you, Johnny. So the second half begins here with Scotland kicking off.
And use it!
And Gibson Park. As Ireland go in search of not just the title, but also the Triple Crown, and the chance to win a trophy, possibly two, get the Triple Crown here in the back of this match to be presented, should they do it. First time on home soil lifting some silver for 18 years. Carry from Fagerson. And Scotland continue where they left off at the end of the first half. And bookended the first half with their best play. But they concede another penalty, and they have to sort that issue if they're going to cause the upset here.
Yeah, I think as well they need to, again, it goes back to this tempo. At the moment, the Irish defence controlling that opening interaction from both teams. Ireland not having to put numbers into the breakdown, able to get good line speed, slowing down the rucks, pretty much playing on their terms without the ball.
But so many times this fixture has come down to physicality, and at the minute Ireland on top. Again, Scotland not able to generate that quickness, that quick ball to pose Ireland problems. And again, discipline letting them down, not getting numbers to the contact area.
Ireland receiver.
And Tagburn again coming up with a massive
who's your
turnover.
receiver? Hold on. Ireland, show me who your receiver is, please. You use a line, please. Okay, yeah, well, don't run in and run out. Right, out we come. Okay, hold the gap, please.
Josh van der Fleer has been nominated receiver. The referee could have let that go and blowing his whistle against Ireland, decided it was one of those occasions to offer advice. It was all getting a bit messy. Bundyaki, Sexton.
Tackle.
Ringrose wanted somebody to be there immediately. Gibson Park wasn't, but the referee gives the penalty, and Gibson Park goes straight through the gap and kicks out wide for Hansen. Oh, that's a brilliant kick. Hansen with Stain, but the flag has stayed down and it's still in play with Sheehan. Gibson Park again to Henderson. Bundyaki. Thrilling start here from Ireland to the second half. Hansen.
Tackle!
Terrific pickup, and also that presence to stay infield to keep this ball alive. Caelan Doris. Gibson Park to Sexton. Bundyaki. Here's Keenan.
Is he onside, that off? Yeah, no worries.
Leg drive there with Van der Fleer right behind him. Conan.
And tackle.
He's supported by Sexton. Ringrose there too. Here's Gibson Park. Another chip meant for Keenan. Darcy Graham.
Goal line drop.
Has it covered.
Oh, take a breather from that. Gibson Park again, just that space that's being left by Scottish defenders. Just speed of thought going through, and a lovely little left-footed poke through, and Mac Hansen, that guy just always seems in the right place at the right time, keeping the ball alive. God, we're not going back for the TMO review for a try. Great little bit of exciting rugby there from the Irish.
There's Hansen popping up on this side now to give it to Conan. Gilchrist, I think, is okay. It pulls himself up off the floor, just about. Conan looks at him again, and then Sexton. Tackle from Sam Johnson. They'll work hard to stay in this game here, Scotland. Cian Healy. Hamish Watson doing his best to hold on to Hansen, to Conan. Van der Fleer. Sexton looks for Lowe. captain again gives it to Ringrose now. Good work by Darge and Harris, but also good work from Ringrose, and the Irish support was excellent. Henderson. Ball pops out.
By blue, red by blue.
Well, Scotland will take that. In fact, they caused it to come out.
First penalty, still in the tackle zone.
And a chance to clear now from the penalty.
Scotland can breathe a sigh of relief, but under siege again. Ireland moving forward at will, breaking tackles.
Penalty there.
Carry here from Henderson and the rip by Hamish Watson.
Make sure he's okay.
Just something to touch on, Johnny, you talk about the Irish overloading down the short side, but you can see starting to evolve it down there is they're creating 3-on-2s, they're creating 4-on-3s, and they're really pushing. You see Conan down there a couple of times, Mac Hansen popping up from the other wing. They're trying to get that 3v2, get the little passes, short sharp passes away down the short side.
And worrying from Scotland, one instance 2 minutes ago, a quick tap from Disciplines allowed another entry there to the 22. Now we have again a kick receipt on the 40-metre line, again right up to the 5-metre line. The waves of attack, inability to cope in defence, and the soaking we're having to do is posing real issues.
It was good from Hogg. He wasn't too greedy on the kick to touch. Knew at this point his side needs exactly this chance just to work their way out of their own half. And the penalties help out in that. Hogg might be a little bit more greedy. Give his team the best chance of a score. He's only got the boot to do this. This could go a long way. Christoph Ridley's going right to the corner.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you go once it's thrown, that's fine.
It's not bad.
Show me that 2 metres so I know who's who. It's great.
Tygburn pin again, Johnny Gray front ball. You can see just the contact, which was minimal in there, to be fair. And you cannot touch him there. You have to allow clean take. You can see the disappointment on that man's face. Andy Farrell doesn't agree.
2 metres.
Well, they're tight calls, those.
Entered and thrown.
Slim lines. Scotland get that try line in view again.
All good.
There's Johnson to Kinghorn. Oh, fizzes that pass off to Hogg, inviting the captain to fall back onto that. Stein was the supporting man outside the winger. Here's Schoeman, fairly upright in the challenge, need to be careful. Kinghorn. Here's Harris.
Off your feet now. Good work, Six.
Watson to Blair Kinghorn. She absolutely dumped him there. Away from Darge.
Hands off, thank you. Yeah.
Matt Fagerson.
Bye. Okay. Dangerous play. Yeah.
Referee's getting a
to the chin.
Communication line here from Stuart Terridge, the television match official, is just letting the attack develop, and Hogg, it comes off his thigh and it falls for him, and he's got a man inside, but he might score himself. He has to. Now he's gone for it, and he doesn't. What cover? Keenan got across, Ireland got across in numbers.
There are no words for that.
We've just got potential foul play.
That is a 3-on-1 try. Harder to not score that from the...
Can you just give us a little bit of time?
Just listening to Mr. Barnes there, but
so
oh my goodness.
Foul play by
Stuart
blue
Hogg.
one. We're talking about leading with a forearm.
Yeah, we got the ball. Yeah, we got the ball in the right arm, left hand lead on the up, catches the guy on the chin. Going to run you the pictures now.
Okay, so
this is the Schoeman charge.
This is it. So we've got ball carrier blue one.
Into Henderson. Let's see.
So it's whether the arm is away from the body, isn't it?
I think he might be in trouble here.
He's got the ball in the right hand and he leads with the left arm, doesn't he? That's what we see. Okay, so we need the other angle, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to get the other angles for you, Wayne.
Just keep Stuart there a second. We need
What
to
a
slow this
turn
all
we
down,
could be about to see in this game, or if not that, a significant further shift to Ireland. We do have control at the moment on the scoreboard, but Scotland have come out in the second half, were starting to create.
Foul play, but it's just whether or not he's braced, isn't it? And we see this as a bit of a brace. It's a brace and pushing away is what I'm seeing at the moment.
Okay, we're just going to keep running the angles. Let's run through.
Because he's got the ball in the right arm. Both his arms are around the ball and he pushes him away. Ian Henderson is upright as well. So is that what we're seeing?
This is the. We're just going to try and get you a high slow-mo now, mate.
Okay,
just see if the ball leaves the body.
But he's got his hands around the ball, and he's got his both hands around the ball, and he's pushing away with his hands around the ball.
Yes.
So that's not foul play, is it? So he's bracing around the ball with his arms around the ball, and he pushes away. And Ian Henderson is upright.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so we're carrying on with a line out to Ireland.
Okay, thanks, Sue.
Johnny, Stuart. Johnny, Stuart.
So that's all going to be explained now to the captains.
With my team, okay, we don't see that as foul play, okay, so it's a line out to Ireland.
Can I ask?
You can talk to me afterwards, Johnny. I've decided. Okay, I've decided it's not foul play because his arms are around the ball and he's pushing away. That is a break.
Well, the crowd don't like it. We'll get the views of Gordon and Johnny in a moment. Also on this too.
Wait, please.
Terrific tackle from Keenan, but Hobbs got to finish that once he decided not to use the men on the inside.
I mean, the question for me is, does Gibson Park do enough just to show and put a doubt in his mind to not take the through on? In any case, the cover by Keenan in the end, wonderful, but questions have to be asked about the decision making.
And we'll talk about the decision making from the officials as well in a second. See what Ireland can do here first. Scotland holding up. Ireland will get the penalty.
I call tackle, you then rip the ball. I call tackle, and then you rip the ball.
There's a definite energy change in this game, and it feels like about to be bubbling over. And I think starting with the Schumann there, Scotland not getting that sense of frustration maybe building from the Scottish players. I think he is lucky to be on the field. A red, maybe not the full thing, but I think a yellow card was definitely leading. There was separation from that, and you can see the Irish players a little bit frustrated, and it's frustrated Scottish players for not getting a score.
Johnny, and I mean, it looked terrible live. The head whipped back, and it did look bad, but what Wayne Barnes has taken us through, he's explained why, and he's still on the field. So it might be reviewed later on. Again, it looked violent live, but they've reviewed in detail and made the decision on field.
We'll go down to Jim Hamilton for his view on that in a moment. He's pitch side. Another penalty, just like Scotland were allowed by the referee's whistle to work their way out of defence not so long ago. Ireland doing exactly the same.
And at the minute, it's far too easy. Again, one penalty for not releasing on the 5-metre channel, one phase play on 40 metres, another 40 metres to be lost. That's 10 penalties now against Scotland, and it's only going one way, becoming much harder for them to get a foothold in this game with that sort of discipline.
Jim, how did you see the decision or non-decision from the referee?
Isn't it? And everyone's going to be speaking about it. Wayne Barnes best in the business. Two big calls, one on Pierre Schoeman's try, one on the red yellow card. No incident that we just saw then. But like Johnny's just said in commentary, and everyone's talking about the discipline from Scotland, both sides of the ball is costing them at the minute.
Well, that costs Ireland there. A little bit over-elaborate. Lower got in front of Sexton. And you could see it was going to go wrong as soon as that happened. Hogg back inside to Johnson, back to Hogg. That's nice. Harris has Steyn outside. Well, it's found its way to Steyn, but it's gone forward.
Thanks, fellas. We've got a front row down.
Good expansion there from the Scottish. You can just see this. This is the. You can see what Johnny Sexton trying to come through. The hole that was there earlier, trying to get the ball across into the. Doing the switch play with Gibson Park and trying to unpick that seam defence off the line out. Well defended from the Scottish this time. Nowhere, no space, no one to run into. So Sexton has to try and force a pass into somebody. And the Scottish, an energetic counter-attack, Johnny.
Again, it looked dangerous, but it's another unforced error. And again, we see the gain line success, the meters made, but Scotland, again, it's going to be harder and harder for them to work their way into this game if they're constantly defending after disciplinary issues. If they keep giving away territory and allowing Ireland platform to launch from like that in Opposition 22, they were fortunate. We get away with the turnover, we get up the other end of the field. Again, we've coughed up ball, we're now forced to defend another set piece. Not easy to do for 80 minutes. Defending for an entire game is now
just going to give you a bit of space because it just got a bit cramped. So you just come off a little bit, thank you. And that break foot's going to come
changes for Scotland. So Fraser Brown has come on to replace George Turner in the front row. Sam Skinner is on as well. Replace Grant Gilchrist. Turner was receiving treatment just a second ago. Gilchrist also took a knock, didn't he, earlier from Bundy Aki.
Bind! Set! Wait for the ball!
Less than half an hour left for these two sides. This year's Six Nations. Hansen looking for a bounce again and staying right on the line. Scotland feel they've got to play it out of there.
Ball live, ball live.
And that's a good kick. And it's a good chase as well.
Ball still live.
Because Ireland would have been looking to take a quick one there.
Not now.
So many
Ireland just some
hands
required
inside their own in-goal area.
As Cian Healy just leaving the field of play here, David Kilcoyne, Peter O'Mahony coming on. It's just pressure. This is the pressure game that Ireland like to play. Look at that 3-on-1. But what can he do? He can just drop the ball on the toe. Almost gets that inch perfect. If that ball is a foot shorter, Mac Hansen carries him into the dead ball line, and they possibly get the return 22. So good pressure, good management from the Irish players.
Ireland's double change now, go 1 and 8. It is Cian Healy and Jack Conan, of course, and that means Dave Kilcoyne and Peter O'Mahony. And now on. And there's Bundy Aki again. Here comes Caelan Doris, and another piece of his skill. And it's such ferocious pace as he found O'Mahony. Made it look so easy. Furlong to Keenan, bit of space here now for James Lowe. And he normally takes it, but not that time, and it might break. How did he get there? Referee checks. Ringrose wasn't going to check, he was just going to play the live ball.
Your scrum, Gary.
Caelan Doris doing what he does. Like, that is such a difficult skill, and I know it looks simple, we're seeing the front of it, but Caelan Doris on the run, getting that pop pass in for Peter O'Mahony, that's what gets the quick ball. Good decision there from James Lowe out in the wide channels. No, he's not going to take Darcy Graham for the for pace, and tries to get the offload in.
Came off Harris. Ringrose was right to try and pounce. Ireland will put into this scrum therefore. Here come the crowd again.
Same height. Crouch. Bind.
They've already gone to the most tries they've scored in a Six Nations season. With their 2 this afternoon, Ireland. They'd love another here just to give them the kind of gap that they would feel would surely be a winning one. Got a penalty. And the plan all day has been to go for the corner. And it ain't going to change here.
Eyes up, thank you. On you. As they land, don't squeeze. Yeah, higher. You've been hitting good all day. Get that set up. Get the set up.
Oh, that's good from Scotland. They haven't stolen too many in this season's championship.
Hold. And use it!
And Ali Price, there's the charge down from Byrne. He's threatened that. Hogg.
Just wait for it.
Who wants it? Lowe or Keenan? Lowe takes it in the end. And he's held up now. Scotland look to the referee, Ferguson, who was brilliant at the line-out. And now he's been brilliant there.
Scrum, Scotland ball.
And that's two huge moments for the number 8. Again, Scotland been in difficulty at line-out time defending that maul, choosing to contest at the tail. The first one Ireland have lost today. And again, tail ball, absolutely precious to defend, get that turnover. And the kick chase again, ended in the field, up to the 40. And again, that man Ferguson, 2 turnovers in 25 seconds and 2 huge moments for Scotland.
Really importantly, Bundee Aki was at the front of that line out, so they were obviously planning something. And as Xander Ferguson and co were holding up James Lowe there, I was looking down, I could see 7 or 8 green jerseys down the short side with only 2 or 3 Scottish players. That ball had to come out. There was, you know, that's the margin Scotland are working in at the moment. They keep that in, they get the scrum. If it comes out, who knows?
Ferguson's brother Xander has been replaced. And Pinell comes on into that position for Scotland. 35 years of age. Nell. First scrum for him does not go to plan. Peter O'Mahony is punching the air again, like he did against New Zealand in the autumn.
And put him on the floor.
Still the corner or not?
You're just making a quick sub.
And here comes Robbie Henshaw as well for Ireland.
There you are, there's your mark.
Henderson, O'Mahony on the scene, experience there with Sexton. And the Aki, the man to go for Henshaw. The Lion started all 3 tests last summer. Still the corner.
Miles, I think it may have looked like they might have been making that decision together, but Johnny Sexton was the one that made the decision. I'd say the 2 boys were deciding what line-out call to make when they were getting in there. That's about the only input I'd say they were giving Johnny.
You're good, you're good.
We'll have the discussion as long as you agree with me. What are those? And Sheehan, in goes Ferguson again. Can't repeat it though, and Sheehan has a chance to really motor there. Gibson Park, there's a gap, and Doris could see it, maybe the eyes lit up. Oh, he's frustrated by that because momentarily
The nice tackle, he's just dropped the ball.
he knew he had the picture.
And again, the breakout play right in the tail, the footwork by Sheehan again to leave Fraser bound for dead, absolutely phenomenal.
I'll give you time if you're necessary.
But again, finding that balance, coming onto the ball at pace, Caelan Doris, up he steps Blair Kinghorn, man and ball, and turnover forced. Again, crucially, big moments in the second half, but no points changed, no points conceded for Scotland so far, digging in.
That was good in the end from Kinghorn, but initially he was backpedaling into midfield and leaving a channel wide open. He managed to close it down just.
Yeah, did enough, and he got into Doris's eye line, and sometimes that's just enough to put you off catching that ball. But like Doris at full flow, you need to do something.
Set. Wait. Yes, Ali.
Up comes the scrum. Referee's going to play it.
Please don't shout at me.
And here's Keenan again. It's all Ireland here. Playing the part of the home team that doesn't lose at home.
Pushing it into him.
Putting the squeeze on. This key part of the match. It's still the same score as we had at half-time. It's Kilcoyne, first carry for him. Sexton, Gibson Park, there's a hand in there from Price. Not enough though. Gibson Park is still going. It's only little, but that's good.
Tackle now.
Mac Hansen. Little show, gives it to his fellow winger Lowe.
Tackle!
Something really building for Ireland here, you sense. Scotland will hope it's not inevitable. Here's Byrne. It's feeling that way. Gibson Park. Referee holds out the arm. Everything stacked for Ireland. Can they get the finish? Sheehan again with that footwork. Desperate tackles now. The game is here, right here, and everybody knows it. Here's Henshaw. Gibson Park. Doris has another go. Harris is in there again. Van der Fleer goes and can't be stopped. And Farrell knows. This ability to consistently score all the way through the championship, a very satisfying feature of the season for Ireland. They know when to press the buttons.
We're just slowing it down a second, okay, like we did with yours.
Just the composure from Gibson Park. It looks like the move is broken down. Gibson Park just keeps his head and just pops it back in. He's got his mate Josh Van der Fleer there, the red scrum gap, and he just creates the gap by just staying composed and letting the ball doing the work. But Ireland had just upped the tempo, Johnny. They were just, and Scotland just losing the physical, losing the battle, losing the break time, and just composure from Ireland.
Under pressure, and then it's Johnny Gray who's had to come out the line, try and shut down Gibson Park, and that's opened the door. That's opened the door for Van der Fleer to go through. But again, when you're absorbing that amount of pressure, it's really hard not to break. When you're defending multi-phase, 10, 12, 15 phases against the quality of Ireland, as we've seen against New Zealand, against Argentina in the autumn, hard work, and again, Ireland convert.
(21-5). Lovely switch from Gibson Park. Just staying calm.
He just lets the ball do the work. Johnny Gray comes to him. He doesn't have to do anything, just to stand and release the ball at the right time and back Josh Van der Fleer to accelerate through the gap. As Johnny is saying, Johnny Gray just runs through and he opens it up for him.
Minutes, let's refocus.
Final quarter. Scotland's attacking abilities. Never rule them out, but are they creating enough today against this side, against this defensively strong and firm side? They've scored all the tries through the championship that have delighted their fans, but have also stopped the opposition.
Ball's alive, ball's alive, ball's alive, ball's alive.
Just that night in Paris, which was finely balanced.
Yeah, and 12.
But it's been a good reaction since then.
Hold on, just a replacement. Hold on, 1 second.
I think, Miles, the player who's not coming onto the field is the loudest substitution than not. Finn Russell being left on the bench, Ben White and Mark Bennett coming into the fray without Finn Russell. And if there was any player that might be able to start closing that gap, you kind of feel that it's number 22 on the Scottish bench.
Don't touch the
and Johnson who've gone. Ben White, when he came on against England, of course, got that try. Proved to be crucial in the end. And there he is, number 21, in his 4th cap. There's another Ben, Velikot, last week in Rome. He did well when he came on.
And use, please. Hold. Fall back good.
Ireland in search of the bonus point try to go with it seems now to be a likely victory. Unless Stuart Hogg's got anything to say about it. That would, of course, make France have to win the game. An escape route from the unlikely route of a draw. And 4 tries. There goes Watson.
Play on. Green ball.
It's all going to be about France.
Green ball.
Their quest for a Grand Slam and the title, and this will follow the action here. France against England. After the news, France going for the Slam and the title. ITV and STV.
Line out, just hit a boot, went dead.
And don't forget as well, it's FA Cup quarter-final weekend in football. 2 live games tomorrow for you. At lunchtime, it's Crystal Palace against Everton at Selhurst Park, ITV and STV, 11:45 for that. And then Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool from the City Ground in Nottingham at 5:15. And you do not know how difficult it is to say that last one and stay calm.
Who's going to be in, fellas? Do you know? Who's in? Oh, yeah. 2 as well. Thanks, I'll play. Hold on, we'll just get these subs done. Who's going to be in? 5. Going to be 5, fellas, okay?
Sheehan, top draw again. It's coming for Ronan Kelleher, who himself looks made for international rugby in a long career. In comes young Sheehan, seamless. Rob Herring takes over in this match.
Through and entered. .50-22 on.
Good take from Steyn. Again, just like in Rome, he's not really been able to get away. Not quite fallen for him on that wing.
Tackle now and away.
Hansen.
Thank you,
I'd love it when he gets the ball. Instant favourite. It was his try against France, one of the most memorable moments of this season's championship. On the restart, flying in the air. It's another penalty. Sexton will like that. And Keenan. Ringrose.
You let go now. You've got to be lifting it, not just putting your hand on it.
Kieran Treadwell on for Ireland as well. He's waiting, but he'll have to wait a little bit longer.
It was obvious there.
Line as Scotland win a penalty.
You might be right. I just thought he had his hand on the ball.
And Hogg really is going for that corner now, and he's found it. He just held himself back a little bit earlier, but no point doing that now. Scotland have to go for everything that's offered.
64 minutes on the clock, just tick past it, Johnny. They got in here, the line-out hasn't gone particularly well for them. They really need to find something here, Johnny, to try and get a foothold back in this game.
It's important to take this opportunity now, convert and get back into this game. Absolutely. We've had hands on ball, we've coughed up again, unforced errors. Ball's lost in contact now, again 7 metres out. Consolidate, go forward and try and convert something.
Competition that has unravelled for Scotland as it's gone on. A little bit off the pitch as well with the events of the week. Need to try and finish as strongly as they can here. Harris has lost the ball in contact again. Ireland will look to pounce here. Scotland still have it. And Kinghorn. Up comes Hansen. That's a great decision. Scotland threatening the overlap there. But not for long. Mac Hansen made the move. Now this is the turnover. And Treadwell has it.
Bring them on!
And Lowe finds Hogg. Number 20 there for Scotland is Josh Bayliss.
Watson stand up.
He's close to being forward.
Not 50-22.
White, Gibson Park. It had to be a knock on the way it ended up.
Plenty of turnovers in that whole phase of play, but a bit from you see Kinghorn there, ball in the air. Mac Hansen finally getting to grips with his big, wide, rangy passes. But the bit for me in all of this, like Chris Harris, a player of his experience, carrying, leading with the ball, and you know, I think Wayne Barnes being very generous, saying that it wasn't a knock on. Leading with the ball, carrying like that, it's just basic errors from Scotland now at this stage. Very, very frustrating to watch, and must be frustrating to play with as well.
Frustrating to watch, but absolutely the reward from Mac Hansen. Again, the defensive read, the speed off the line, putting Scotland under pressure, results in a positive ruck for them, the counter-attack, and another turnover for Ireland.
Here's Finn Russell.
Okay, there's a bit too much up and down
off the
movement.
bench for
Can
the
we just get it
Lions.
stationary, ball in, and then
Inspire
push?
again.
Okay, not up and down.
Harris goes. Kinghorn stays.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
It's Russell who will have to accommodate.
Okay, let's get our balance. Stability. Stability, everyone. Crouch. Oh, sorry, fellas. The two's on in. Crouch.
Speed round the corner.
And that is a very interesting call. I mean, we'll see when we get into multi-phase. But if Finn Russell's been at 13 and they're using Blair Kinghorn at 10, who's much more of a strike runner, a very interesting call from Gregor Townsend if it stays that way.
Scott on the move. White has to react. Referee helps him out. And White goes quickly. And here's Mark Bennett. And there's that Irish defence again. It's monumental. It really is. And Byrne to Hansen. And he says, let's just have a race.
Bring them on, Stuart.
Hogg returns. And de Fleer to Lowe.
Bring them on.
Such a big part of Ireland's game plan, this left boot of James Lowe. Hugo Keenan. I think he and Sexton have decided to take a breather here.
Drop.
And you won't blame them.
Live.
I see Finn Russell kicking that ball straight down the middle of the field, and a good kick by Finn Russell.
You're just making a sub, Johnny.
Just ultimately going to get the ball back. A good kick by Russell going in and trying to get a bit of possession now on the front foot.
On comes Finlay Bealham with a bonus point try at Twickenham. And Ireland seek here today again with a bonus point. Tyke Furlong goes off. Much happier afternoon in certain aspects he's had this afternoon. Well, of course, he was perfectly happy at the end of the game against England, given the scoreline. Here goes Josh Bayliss. First time he's been in the Six Nations, made his debut for Scotland in the autumn. Kinghorn, and he can't find Russell. As that goes out, just going to go touchline again with Jim Hamilton, the former Scotland international, of course. Jim, what do you make of this Russell introduction and where he's gone?
I think it's important that he got on the field. Obviously a world-class player, as we know. Putting all the eggs in his basket is a difficult one for Scotland, though, because there's so many inaccuracies in the game today. The game's unfolded kind of how we thought it would, really, at the start of the match. Ireland, really powerful, ball in hand. They've not been amazing this game. There's been mistakes in theirs. But I think what we're seeing is the gulf between the two teams when it comes down to the accuracy around the carries and in the collisions and around the breakdown. So valiant effort by Scotland, but it seems another game too far against Ireland here in Dublin.
No movement. No movement. Crouch.
Thanks, Jim.
Binds.
Of course, the subplot here to all of this is again a World Cup meeting between these two. Next time around, they met in Japan in 2019. They will do so again at the pool stages in France in 2023.
Okay, let's go then. Push to the left.
Conor Murray, very different role for him these days with Gibson Park seemingly now the permanent starter, and Murray comes on.
Make sure it's there. Stability. Crouch.
Around his experience at this stage of the game.
Bind.
Inching towards 100 caps. This number 96 for Conor Murray.
Stay behind the ball, both of you.
Scrum penalty for Scotland. A lot of changes have been made at this stage of the game.
An interesting effort as well. You can see Conor Murray intentionally left that ball in, looking for the double shove. Decision goes against them. Again, Scotland get another bite, another opportunity in Irish 22.
And Finn Russell very quick to his hands on the ball to make sure he was in charge of the kick to touch.
Good. Let's keep making decisions, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a fair few of those, even when the last scrum when they were going in, it was trying to see who was going to 13, who was playing 12, who was playing 10. Everybody seems to, I wouldn't say they've practiced with this back line too much this week, if I'm honest.
Hold.
Taken by Johnny Gray from Brown's throw. Final 10 minutes.
Once. Let him go. Okay. Hold. Bind.
Stain arrives.
Thank you. No, okay.
Here's Russell, and he finds Bennett. That's brilliant. And Bennett goes on. And White.
Bennett's a penalty.
Bayliss.
Advantage for side entry.
Advantage for Scotland as well. They know they need to be quick about it. Every second is vital.
Okay, he's knocked it forward on the floor. It's over.
The referee
here.
probably recognising that.
16.
Doesn't hang around, gives the decision Scotland's way.
It had to happen, Miles, Johnny, didn't it? His first moment with the ball, and he creates a line break for Bennett. He is just the magician with the ball in hand.
Like George Ireland.
Unfortunately, seems to be a bit of the joker off the field, but listen, this is what he does on the field, and the game is lighting up because he's here.
But that's it, the difference, taking the ball to the gain line, asking questions late of an Irish defensive line, causes havoc, and that's it straight through Mark Bennett. The impact of Finn Russell.
Trouble is, Scotland need 3 scores here. And 8 minutes in which to get them.
No pre-lapse.
Schumann again. He's already got one.
Ball is out.
The only one for Scotland this afternoon. Pick and drive. It takes time. Fraser Brown goes.
If you pre-latch, arrive up.
Now it's Gray. It's one of those bit-by-bit tries. If that is what it's going to be, it's not. Always run that risk of Scotland being marched back another 10 metres.
I've asked you, if you pre-latch, you must arrive on your feet.
Scotland's 7th visit to the Irish 22, and they've only had one score from those 7 visits. But again, I'm sure people at home can hear the instructions from Barnes, the referees he's giving to them, and then Scotland just do the opposite to what he's telling them to do, and it's an easy penalty for him, and it's an easy out for Ireland.
Got them on the line. Pierre, you got the line. We'll just move you on the line. Yeah.
I completely agree. Again, the information's been given. It's clear, it's concise. He's extremely helpful, but just not following the letter of the law. And again, to compound it, to challenge his decision, take an extra 10 metres, and frustrating.
On that whole latching support, just to explain it, it's illegal for 3 or more players now to form pre-bound pods. But also, one pre-bound player's okay, but he has the same responsibilities as the ball carrier, and that is to stay on their feet, and that's exactly what referee Wayne Barnes is trying to point out to Scotland there. Can't fall to ground, can't arrive through the gate for that matter, same responsibilities. And low. Flag stayed down. Darcy Graham looked at the assistants and say, I think I've got him, but low. With that elusive ability of his.
Knock on into touch. Scrum asked for. Yeah, knock on into touch.
Just that passing in the short and the wide channels. Really, Ireland are really pushing it. They're going down the short side and keep on going. They're happy to do those 2-3 passes in about 5 or 6 metres there. And James Lowe just throwing the offload. Kieran Treadwell got a little bit of a falcon, got the ball in the head, but right place, right time, and nearly something good came out of it.
Keep that height. Thanks. Just make sure it's settled, then in, then okay.
The Ireland's 12th Triple Crown, 6th during the Six Nations period of the championship.
Binds.
As we went from 5 to 6.
Set.
With Italy joining and just joining us. When we show the table, the reason why
let's start
Italy have 4 points on it
Okay, hit and up, please.
because they beat Wales today in Cardiff. Amazing scenes at the end. Pure emotion.
Right. Height. Let's go, Delhi. Scrum higher.
Sure, Ireland will be emotional with a Triple Crown. Really wanted was the Grand Slam and the title, of course, and that still might happen, but it will need help from England. But whatever their reaction, to use that word again, they'll be satisfied with the way the international season has gone, really satisfied. Clear progress being made by Ireland again, getting back to where they were.
There's more, but penalty number 1 out and across.
Scotland force another penalty.
Here we are.
Yeah, and I don't think Ireland are going to be. I suppose they can't control everything that Scotland to do, and obviously the introduction of Finn Russell has brought them up a little bit. But Ireland will not be delighted with how they've managed this last quarter or even the second half. They're only getting 1 try and really haven't really been in any sort of form in the second half.
Well, it's Dan Sheehan, who's been named as the Guinness Six Nations Player of the day.
Well, it all fell to pieces once he went off, I suppose.
Well, there has been a change in the scrum, leading to the penalty that has set up Scotland's chance here. Fraser Brown loses ball in contact. It's just making Ireland's life that little bit easier. In comes Darcy Graham. Oh, he's taken Peter O'Mahony out in the air.
Okay, just relax. Just nice and easy. He's jumped to catch a ball, but it's okay. Let's just make sure everyone's all right. I've just got he's jumped me, but he has tackled him in the air, so just a penalty. Yeah. Listen. Okay, you all right? Listen, everyone. Yeah, but he still played him in the air, so it's just a penalty.
It's just a penalty. O'Mahony jumping in the first place. Darcy Graham.
Just going to be here. Just make sure everyone's right.
Actually, then takes reasonable care, just enough for the referee to say just a penalty.
10 metre line on is yours, Johnny, when you're ready. Watch on, please.
So can Ireland find the finish that this crowd want?
Hopefully they can, and maybe they've just been, over the last 2 games, not used to playing against full 15 men. They're used to having the extra number advantage, so maybe they'll refocus, hopefully refocus for the last couple of minutes we have here and get something here as Josh van der Flier shoots down the short side.
You say with a cheeky smile.
It's definitely a knock-on. Just checking the background, see if it's deliberate or not.
Treadwell brings his Ulster form there to international colours, but and skip Scotland and Russell again.
Just a
Won't get in the ball. Advantage was being played.
Okay, let go, shoot, let go. Yeah, okay, off we go. Nice and easy.
See how much Ireland want this bonus point score.
Peter, off we go. Okay, Johnny, off we go. Going to be a penalty. Okay, have we got a potential line break? Hold on a second, who's talking? One at a time. Yeah. Okay, number.
So it's a yellow card for the deliberate knock-on.
Yeah, and listen, it's unfortunate. Johnny's right. Like you play with your hands out like that anywhere in the passing channel. It's always going to be the yellow card, and now this is Ireland's preferred numeric advantage. So as they kick for the corner, perhaps they'll finish with a try, get the bonus point as the fields of Athenry ring around the Aviva.
Don't you wish, Gordon? Prophetic words.
Six man.
Ireland with the man advantage. They've used very well in this tournament. Not reliant on it, though.
That's once. Yep.
Murray. Here's Lowe. Trying to add to his personal tally. Offloads Murray again! Bonus point. Go and win it, France. That's what Ireland say. It's up to you. Clear message sent from Dublin. Another maximum for Ireland. And when you add this to the autumn, Ireland clearly in a much, much better place again. Lovely offload from Lowe. And there is Murray's experience.
Seeing the both sides of James Lowe trying to start a fight probably 3 or 4 minutes ago, probably annoy anybody. And then we're seeing all the great qualities of him there, getting in the physicality, able to stand up, two, three players in the contact, fight to get the offload and get the ball down. Oh dear, Conor. Well, Johnny, I'm looking through Irish eyes. I clearly see that ball on the ground.
Andrew, that'll be time, yeah.
But look, the upshot is Ireland have only lost here to England and France in the past 7 years. Dominant in the Autumn Nation Series as well. And as you said, Miles, France, do your worst. For the first time in a long time, they get to celebrate here a Triple Crown win at the least in front of their fans, their public in Dublin. So a massive moment for Irish rugby.
Is it a team that can at last mount a serious challenge for the World Cup itself? That will follow in the weeks and months after this, but for now it's a Triple Crown, possibly a title too. We'll have to wait and see. Johnny Sexton, not quite the finish that he would have wanted, but he'll be happy enough. And whatever happens in Paris, Ireland have the Triple Crown back in their possession. As we say, the title we'll have to wait and see. But regardless, this has been a very positive Irish Six Nations season. So close in Paris themselves. This was nearly a Grand Slam for them. It's 4 out of 5. Ireland now have to sit tight and wait for events in Paris to unfold. For Scotland, a very disappointing end after it had all started so well with that victory over England. Final score in Dublin: Ireland 26, Scotland 5.